Once upon a time, there lived 3 Waddle Dees who lived with their mama.
You've all grown too big for my house. It's time that you all go make houses of your own.
Go.
Okay.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, my dears. And remember, please be sure to write. And remember that I love you.
You go away. You leave. So the Waddle Dees went to look for material they could find. Once upon a time, there lived 3 Waddle Dees who lived with their mama.
You've all grown too big for my house. It's time that you 3 Waddle Dees make houses of your own.
Okay, Mama. We love you.
I love you too, guys. And remember, please be sure to write. And remember that I love you.
So the 3 Waddle Dees went in different directions to go look for material. Once upon a time, there were 3 Waddle Dees who lived with their mama.
You've all grown too big for my house. It's time that you 3 Waddle Dees go make houses of your own.
Okay, we love you, Mama.
I love you too. And remember, please be sure to write. And remember that I love you.
Can you kiss us goodbye?
Well, okay.
So their mama kissed them goodbye.
Alright, time to go. See ya.
Love you, Mama.
So the 3 Waddle Dees went in different directions to go look for material. Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee found a pile out of straw.
I know.
I'll use this straw to build a house.
I'll use this straw to build a house.
So the first Waddle Dee gathered up all the straw. Oh, come on. Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee found a pile made of straw.
I know. I can use this straw to build a house.
So the first Waddle Dee gathered up all the straw and got to work building a house. Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee found a pile made of straw.
I know. I can build this straw to use a house.
Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of straw.
I know. I can use this straw to build a house.
So the first Waddle Dee gathered up all the straw and went to go build his house.
I did it.
Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of straw.
I know. I can build this straw to build.
Meanwhile, the first Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of straw.
I know. I can build. They're almost on my house.
Said the first Waddle Dee, and he lived in his straw house, safe and sound. But then there came another creature. He was different from all the Waddle Dees. It was the big, bad Kirby, and Waddle Dee was his favorite food. So he came up to the straw house, knocked on the door, and said, Waddle Dee, let me come in.
Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin.
This made the big bad Kirby feel mad. Then I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house in. Try your best. Try your best.
Try your best.
So the big bad Kirby hopped and popped and he blew the house down.
I didn't die.
and he blew the house down.
Oh no, my house fell down.
Oh no, my house fell down.
And he blew the house down,
Help me!
said the first Waddle Dee, and he ran away. You come back here, said the big bad Kirby. Meanwhile, the second Waddle Dee came upon So the second Waddle Dee let the first Waddle Dee inside the house. But then, all of a sudden, the big bad Kirby came to the stick house.
No, no, no. Not by the hair of our chinny chin chins.
Said the two Waddle Dees, and that made the Kirby very mad. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I will blow your house in. So the big bad Kirby and puffed. So the big bad Kirby huffed and puffed.
Oh no!
And
My house! Help us! Help us!
and said the two Waddle Dees, and they ran away. You get back here, said oh no. Meanwhile, the third Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of bricks.
Ooh, some bricks. I have.
Meanwhile, the third Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of bricks.
I have an idea. I can use these bricks to build a house.
So the third Waddle Dee gathered up all of the bricks to go build his house. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Meanwhile, the third Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of bricks.
I have an idea. I can use these bricks to make a house.
Meanwhile, the third Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of bricks.
I have an idea. I can use these bricks to build a house.
So the third Waddle Dee gathered up all of the bricks to go build his house. Meanwhile, the third Waddle Dee came upon a pile made of bricks.
I have an idea. These bricks are a good way to build a house.
Brady. So the third Waddle Dee let the two Waddle Dees inside the brick house. But then the big bad Kirby came to the brick house.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, the big bad Kirby's gonna come down the chimney. What should we do?
Said the
Don't-
first Waddle Dee.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
Oh no, the big bad Kirby's gonna come down the chimney. What should we do?
Said the first Waddle Dee.
Don't worry, I have a plan.
The big bad Kirby climbed up the roof, but when he got to the chimney was on fire. So the big bad Kirby touched the fire and ouch! Ow! 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 I'm on fire! Help me! Ouch! You tricked me, Waddle Dees! I'll get you next time! Ow! Said the big bad Kirby, and he ran away, catching himself on fire.
You can all live with me in my house, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not.
Ugh.